Okay. So Barry, do you want to start us off?
Okay, so we'll tell you a little bit about what our plan is. My name is Mary Wiseman. I've been with Pampered Chef for 5 years. Some of you know me because I'm your director, and some of you don't know me. But me and Rachel were trying to think of something fun to do to get our teams to be a little more motivated. So we are planning on doing, we're going to do the top 5 spots in both of our organizations and teams. And the top 5 are going to be the 5 top recruiters and the 5 top salesmen for the month between the 2 teams. And then all you guys will go into a drawing. You can get 2 tickets, one for recruiting and one for sales. And then all of you guys will go in for a prize that's going to be between $75 and $100. And then I will still do my team, and Rachel will still do her team for like the shout outs that we usually do. So there will still be prizes for everybody who's active because we don't want anybody to feel left out. We're also going to do I wrote this down, a participation prize. So when you join us live, the one time a month for the shout outs and the little training that we're going to do, then somebody will win a participation prize for the day, kind of to get you guys to want to be part of the team meeting. And then, you know, as things continue, we're hoping to get more directors in here so we can get better prizes and more prizes, and then maybe better trainings. Okay, do you want to go on that, Rachel? Did I miss anything for the top 5?
Nope, but if there is a tie, then like we'll go on to, we'll kind of do a tiebreaker for some things. So, you know, we'll work on that, or, you know, it's just a drawing. So maybe they'll, you know, sometimes it might be a little iffy that you might end up both in the drawing. So like, for example, if there's like 3 people that all have 3 recruits for the month, normally the tiebreaker would be sales. But if if it's, you know, 3 people somewhat equal in sales, it might be hard because maybe they all didn't have any recruits or they all had 1, you know. So, you know, we'll do our best to do tiebreakers for things like that. But does anybody have any questions on how those drawings will go?
No.
Mary, what is your team name?
Our team is Chaparellas.
Chaparellas. And is that your org name or your personal team?
I only have a personal team.
Okay. So my personal team is Money Making.
Huh? No, this one wasn't working for some reason.
All right. So yeah, so she just, you know, basically explained that. It's just going to be, it's not going to be a cash drawing. We're going to be sending out a product that you can use for your business. So it's going to be an idea for, not only for you to be excited about that it's going to be an exciting product for you, but it's also going to be something that you can use to kind of grow your business. So it's like, you know, sometimes you're like sitting there like, oh yeah, all these people are showing these like nice expensive products. I wish I had one of those to show too, because, you know, yeah, you have all the marketing imagery from home office, but it's nice to have your personal testimony, right? And be able to show your own credibility with using the product. So we're going to be giving stuff away that way. And then the other prize is we want to, you know, thank you guys for investing in yourselves, because, you know, you're going to be, you know, participating here. You're going to be growing your business because we're going to be teaching you some valuable steps that some of it you might have heard before, but just hearing it from a different person might help you. Or sometimes you're at a different level and you know, get these little crumbs, and then the next time you hear it, it's the same story, but you already got these crumbs. Now you're ready for these crumbs. So, you know, that's kind of the idea for that. For the sales recognition, though, you do have to have $1,000 minimum. So if you want to get into that drawing, you do have to have $1,000 minimum. There's no minimum right now for recruiting because we still need to both work on our team's recruiting culture. And so we don't want to say 3 recruits and you guys aren't used to recruiting any, and then you'd just be defeated like, I'm not going to get in it. So we just want you guys all to get out there and start working on recruiting. So the top recruiters will be in automatically. but to be on the top 5 for sales, you do need to have at least 1,000. And that usually helps you guys hit at least the level 1 for free for all when we're having free for all. It helps you guys hit the, whatever free gift it's being offered that month. And it ups you a little bit in your commission for that month. And it keeps you consistent and all that good stuff. So that's kind of why we picked that. So there'll be a total of 10 names. You'll have a 1 in 10 chance to win if you're in that top. So we are you will be getting a new group on Facebook that you'll be invited to. So it'll be kind of both our teams. So it'll be My Money Making Moguls and the Chaparellas together in that group. So that way we can have one place to share the playback. Like right now I'm recording this and I'm going live in my team page, but in the future we'll just broadcast it live so we don't have to worry about downloading the recording and all that stuff. So from now on, we'll have a group together with both of our teams. And this will be great for you guys because you'll have another place to network and get to know other people, some other consultants that have similar goals than you in a similar place as you, maybe, moving forward, maybe the same goals in the future. And so you can kind of help each other, support each other with, hey, I have these strengths I can help you with, and you have these strengths you can help me with, and kind of work together that way and kind of create some friendships.
Yep. And we are planning on doing the meetings the second Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock Central Time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be every second Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And right after that, there is the meeting. What do we have here? Tuesdays is recruiting. So at 7 o'clock. So if you put aside 2 hours, you can do the RT meeting and then the recruiting held by Trina. And then on Thursdays, there's the new consultant 7 o'clock one. So we figured if we did it at 6, we wouldn't have to miss that any month or any week. And then we can just go right into the recruiting one if that's something that you want to do. Since you're already on, it might be easier for some of you guys to stay on and just do that training as well.
Is Trina doing an opportunity event all the time now, or was that a one-time thing? The Tuesday is Radu, the Radu organization.
Yes. Sorry, that's the one. I didn't write whose it was. I thought it was Trina's.
So I don't know if some of you know all of the options available to you, and that's one of the things we wanted to talk about today is that we have so many resources. And one of the resources we have is Carol Radu. She's our national above Trina. There's like Trina, Tamara, and then Carol Radu. So we have access to additional training and resources from Carol. And she has a opportunity event every Tuesday, which is a Zoom. So if you have anybody that could be a lead, I have found that breaking the ice is very easy when you just invite them to attend an event. So, when I have rock star guests or, all of my hosts, I'll, tell them, hey, we have an opportunity event. And I actually give them like a tic-tac-toe or a checklist, and they get extra points, as they're hosting if they attend, the opportunity event. So sometimes they don't know that they're interested and they attend the opportunity event and then, decide to join. So you can attend the opportunity event yourself a couple of times just so you can see how it is if you feel like it, or you can just pop in and see if any of your guests that you invited attend. Now that one is only on Zoom. There's no like Facebook group or anything like that. They just pop on Zoom and then just talk human to human with the people that are interested, and it's really done very well. So that's why we kind of planned it so you can kind of do back to back if you wanted to. And it's another reminder too, if you're like, oh yeah, that's right, shoot, I forgot about that resource. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been there where I forget about resources that we have. And that's another reason for having this meeting, is that we'll bring those to the forefront for you to remember, hey, we have these at our fingertips to use to help us to grow in our businesses.
All right, so today we're just here telling you guys kind of what's our plan is. At our little meeting, we'll give you a little heads up what's going on for the month, stuff like that, since it's a new year. We have new incentive trips. Has anybody here earned an incentive trip yet? Or is anybody excited about this year's incentive trip? I guess raise your hand if you are trying for an incentive trip this year. I can't see everybody at the same time, so I got to swipe through. So I'll tell you a little bit about our incentive trips. This year, level 1 is 60,000 points for La Quinta, California. and that will be between June 8th and 11th next year, and June 11th and 14th. So you have all year to earn that. You need 60,000 points. And then there's you get a 3-night stay, $500 travel allowance. And then the second level is level 2 for Cancun, Mexico, and that's 90,000 trip points. And that's all inclusive. You know what that means? Free drinks and free food. I'm all about that. I'm pretty excited. So Rachel has the tracker in front of her, which I believe you can print off when you go to the incentive trips. Is it on that one? So you can go to the incentive trips. If you want me to send you one, just send me a message and I'll print some off and send them to you guys. So then you can keep track of all your little points. So how to earn these trip points? You can earn them by every dollar sold. You get 1 point towards your trip, and everything that you sell in the first 15 days of January, so there's not much time left. I think there's 4 days left. You get double trip points. I think I'm at 2,500, so I'm going to have my first month on track for California. Not quite Cancun yet, but I'll get there. Okay. Hold on a second. Everybody needs me at the same time. Sorry. Okay, so next we got, okay, so I did the double points. Every time you recruit, and your recruit gets 1,250 consecutively, so like 200 this month, 250 next month. Oh God, I'll call back. As long as they get 1,250 without missing a month, you can get 3,000 trip points for new recruits. Okay. There's also a paid as points. So when you have a team, yep, there you go. I only wrote down team leaders get 500, so you don't even have to be a director to start earning trip points. When you're a director, you get 1,000 trip points as long as you're paid at your title. That's how you get the extra points. Advanced directors get 1,500, and the higher you get, the more points you get. If you can see Rachel's print off, then you can see how much you can get. So it's almost like the higher up you are, the less work you have to do. But not really. On paper, it's less work, but you have to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff to keep everything going smoothly. And then if you are a new director promoting, you get 5,000 trip points for promoting or re-promoting this year. So even if you promoted and lost title and re-promote, you get another 5,000. If you're a director and you promote another director, you get 6,000 points. That's spread out 2,000 points for 3 consecutive months. All right. Did I miss anything on how to earn a trip? Those are the levels. I didn't say a level 2 elite.
Right. Well, I just
That's
wanted to
100.
make sure that they could see, and all of this can be printed off or looked at, or you can download digitally, on your consultant's corner, but you can see it from the replay. You could take a screenshot of it and everything else, but you can kind of see you got California and Cancun. And, one thing that we're kind of just saying, you might be, who isn't going for it just because you don't think that you can get it? Be honest and raise your hand. Raise your digital hand if you need a digital hand. Pinky. Okay, then you have to tell why you're not going for it. Because not everybody's hands went up.
Because I like staying in Wisconsin. That's my reason.
Okay.
I don't like traveling whatsoever, not even like an hour away.
Did you know that you can actually take a cash payout instead? So you would actually at least get the bragging rights. So, hey, I earned a trip, and they will give you a cash value instead, which is pretty awesome because I know other companies don't do that. So if you can't go, but with Pampered Chef, you do get a cash allowance. So that's pretty awesome. It's usually, just under $1,000, which, hey, you could do a lot with that. Right. So yeah. So if you don't want to travel or you don't like the destinations, go for it anyway, because you're going to be making money and you're going to get another nice cash bonus. And who doesn't want that? So, and that's, really cool. So what are the other reasons why you might not be going for it?
I'll tell you what, I live in a small town. I mean, not as small as where Jackie lives, because she lives in a really small town, but my small town is pretty little, and there's about 10 or 12 consultants, and I never thought that I would ever be able to earn a trip. But I mean, I do work very hard to earn it, and I've earned 4 trips in the 5 years that I've been with Pampered Chef. And the only year I didn't, I started working fullish time, and I was studying for real estate. So, I kind of put Pampered Chef to the back burner. So it is definitely possible.
I will tell you guys too, like my first year that I earned a trip, it took me like a half a year to kick my own butt and say I need to do this and try to work for it. So I wasted a lot of time. Now it's not like I did nothing. So I mean, everything you do to do your job, you earn points. If you're booking, selling, and recruiting, you are earning points. And if you're trying to make an income, you're earning points. So, so I had some points, but it wasn't like I was on track. And I just kind of put my nose down to it and had just the mindset of failure is not an option. And it was important to me, and I earned it. So, belief is a huge factor of it. I know you guys might have heard this in training before, and maybe you think it's all hooky, but I will tell you 100% it is not hooky. The first trip I wasn't able to go on because COVID kind of confused things up, and so we didn't go. It was supposed to be Disney, and I was really excited to take on my whole family, but I didn't want to go that way. Pampered Chef made some great arrangements for everybody, but we didn't do that. We just took the cash payout and did a staycation. But last year I went to Fort Lauderdale with my husband, and that was a level 1 trip. And you're going to hear me tell you that it was amazing, and you might hear other people tell you it was amazing, and how Pampered Chef rolls out the red carpet, and you're going to think, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, unless you guys are the type of people that roll out the red carpet for yourself when you go on vacation and, give yourself the top-notch treatment and pay a little extra for this and pay a little extra for that, I can't do that. Usually I am the bargain shopper. Like I look at the bargain rack and buy what's on the bargain rack most of the time. And so I bargain rack vacation too. So usually it's like I'm going to see family, and so we're trying to get the cheapest hotel, and it's not glamorous, it's just this and that. So you're staying not at a hotel, you're staying at a resort, which feels different already. But then the fact that Pampered Chef is hosting it all, you feel like you're something special. And you really do. And you get to network with all your other fellow consultants, meet some new friends, get closer to people in person. And there's no work. So sometimes people are like, oh yeah. So you go do all that, and then you have to work and talk and have all these meetings. You don't earn this trip to go get training and talk shop. There is
Right.
no business talk unless you want to, and you're picking brains because you want to. There's no training. It's all relaxing and doing whatever you want to do. So that's all we have to say about that, apparently. But is there anything you wanted to add about any of the experiences that you had?
I think this year was probably the coolest because all of like the CEOs and what's that really pretty girl's name? She's new. They were everywhere. You know what I mean? Like you could run in and talk to them at any corner because they were always out planning stuff to where you can meet and greet them, and they were very friendly. So I thought that was cool. I mean, like when you first get there to check in, everybody's there kind of greeting you, telling them who they are. So that's cool to get to know some of these people that, you're kind of like starstruck, like, well, what do I say to them? I mean, I didn't say anything to them, but I had the chance to, and I was like, it was just so cool because they're all just so friendly, and like you hear other people having conversations with them, and it's just like, I don't know why it's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why it's so, oh man, that's this person. I can't talk to him. I'm like, telling my cousin, I'm like, look at, that's the CEO of Pampered Chef. And he's like, go talk to him. I'm like, what am I going to say to him? No, that's weird. He's like, what? And he's like, huge. Wasn't he like 7 foot tall? He was gigantic. He was out playing volleyball with everybody. So I don't know. It's different. Like if you've ever
you
gone
just
to
have to
conference,
realize they're just people. They're
I
just
know.
people, just like you and me.
I know. I know, but it was really cool. I mean, I'm sure that the other people were around, like Judy Joel. I met her a couple times at a couple of the ones I went to. So it's cool meeting all those big wigs from Pampered Chef, you know. So if you were planning on trying to earn a trip for Pampered Chef, you need 5,000 trip points a month to try and keep on track for California, and 7,500 to be on track for Cancun. So if that makes it easier for you to try and plan your year to get it, you know, that's one recruit and 2,000 sales. It's not that terrible. Or you can just do all the work and sell it all. But, you know, it's a lot easier to get recruits and do it that way. Let's see. I think that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions on the trips? Oh, Greta asked if you can bring your family. So on most trips they pay for 2 people and give you $500 travel allowance to fly. If you decide to bring your family, you have to buy in them plane tickets. Usually you don't have to pay extra for the hotel, but there is a buy-in fee for however many people you bring. And usually when they do Disney, they usually have it for 4 people. So, I mean, that's something to think about. Disney was in 2020. That was the year I didn't go. So in 2024 or 25, they should have another Disney trip. So, you know, you can keep that in mind to build up your
Momentum.
Yep. For the next couple years, if Disney is something that you're looking forward to doing with your kids or grandkids or whatever you want to do, you know, you can build your business in the next couple years, so you're all set for Disney.
And once you earn one and you realize that, like Mary said, it's hard, but it's not really hard. You are not digging trenches in, 400-degree heat outside in the sun. You know what I mean? You are making phone calls. You have support. You have training. There's everything that you need to do it. And it doesn't take 40 hours a week to do at all.
Right. It's mostly consistency.
And you're making money while you're doing it.
Yep.
So while we're talking about that, one of the ways to earn the trip that she already talked about is like through recruiting, and then when your recruit does what's called qualifying, and that's having $1,250 in career sales. And one thing she said was like 150, at least 150 every month, but you actually can skip 1 month, but if she skipped 2, then it does reset to 0, which I know, Jerry, that's happened to you a couple of times. You keep resetting to 0 and then she kind of climbs up and then it resets to 0. And it's okay, because that's, sometimes what happens with people. But once you help that recruit hit the 1,250, then you get your career sales. So it doesn't matter how long that takes. I mean, I had one lady take 2.5 years, I think it was, before she finally get her 1,250, and it's like, boom, yep, then I got those points. So, so you get a little bit of reward for helping that person to, start that momentum and get there. So one tool that we have starting right out here in January is the $25 kits. Have you guys seen the $25 kits? Jen, I know you did, because you just had to rejoin. She just accidentally dropped off and she's like, oh no, I don't have an account anymore. And I was just going to put in an order. And so that accidentally happened. So she was able to rejoin today, but I think you ended up picking something else, didn't you? You got a power tool. So that's awesome.
Well, I figured, you know what? My kids use my stuff, and so I can gift them things with what I get.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a good idea. Starting like little even hope chests for my kids that are here still at home and things like that. So
yeah,
that's what I do sometimes with stuff that's discontinued but still had a lifetime guarantee and still awesome. Like I really like send some stuff, into my, storage, and I'm sad because I still loved it, but it's gone. So it's like I'm going to use stuff that I can show and make money on more than just because I love it. So I put it to the somewhat temporary graveyard. But then they'll be resurrected when my kids move out. So I had 9 people in my house, and I was able to do buy-ins for all of them for Disney, which I did get the refund because of the whole COVID stuff. So so you can do buy-ins if you have a larger family. Hi Eeyore. So,
So we're talking about the kit. I know a lot of you do not have a lot of parties going on right now, but you should ask every host that you do get if they would like to make it their kickoff party. I know that kind of sucks, especially if it's your one party that you have booked right now. But, you know, one party will lead to more parties that will hopefully lead you to some recruits. So if you don't ask, it's always, always a no, right? I mean, they can tell you no, and they can tell you not right now, but you never know. I've been talking to some people and they're like, oh, let me ask somebody, you know, like, let me ask my husband, let me ask my boyfriend. I have been thinking about it. It's like, you have? Awesome. So I haven't got any recruits yet, but you know, I am throwing it out there. I just got to keep with my follow-up. So there's that. Now, does anybody have any questions on the $25 kit before we move into the whole special for the month?
I thought Jackie was going to unmute, but apparently she just was.
I was just gonna say for 2 seconds, Trina always says that yeses live in the land of no's.
That's
You
true.
gotta travel to that land of no's to get a yes.
Yep, that's true. So January is a good month to promote. I can send Rachel a message on what I've been sending for her to share on on her page, and I can post what I've been sharing, because I sent out a thing with a New Year's party I did. So all the extra product that I have, I pretty much did it at like half off, because everything I have I got for free and free for alls and stuff like that. So I have a lot of stuff when I do parties. I try and do them during this month. So like everything that I've sold, I've made it back with my other half that I paid. So that's how I got almost 2,500 in sales this month. Plus I have 5 parties going on, but all my free product that I've earned so far.
Are you going to tell them how you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with all my free product, I did a New Year's Pampered Chef party, and I wrote down all my inventory that I have, and I did them all half price plus like $4 for shipping, because I figured most of them are going to be local people, which it is, you know, and then I had to ship out like 4 people's orders. I sold about $2,000 worth of stuff, and then $2,000 is what I earned, and then I had to send out like $1,000 worth of stuff. So I made $1,000 in my pocket, plus I made $1,000 in sales on my party. So that helped me get this going. But as I was saying, I was sending out messages saying, hey, I just want to let you know a few things that are going on in January. I'm doing a New Year's party. It's going to start on this day. Let me know if you're interested. I just invited everybody, even if they didn't tell me they were interested. Second, I put it's double rewards in January. You can, once you get 650, you can get $230 in free product. We also have a $25 kit. And then I tell a little bit about it. I tell them where we're going for trips that they can earn. And then I ask if there's any questions I can answer about any of the stuff I just said. And I did get 4 parties doing that, and I've only gotten halfway through my friends list so far. So it has been helpful. I did try to prepare for my first half of January to get the double trip points so that I'm kind of ahead for the month. So yeah. This is Rachel showing us the double rewards once you hit 650. It's also the electrics that you can get at 60% off. So, you know, just when they get 200, they get the 60% off. You have a couple days to do a short party and get them that mini brownie bites pan for free. Because as long as it's submitted by the 15th, you can get them that mini brownie bites pan. All right. Did I miss anything on whole specials, Rachel? Or January specials?
I don't think so. Well, there's a lot of stuff on sale too. There's a New Year's sale on some of our merchandise. So knowing what's on sale, especially if you own those items, you can market them by using them and demonstrating them. But if you don't, you could always steal stuff from marketing imagery and share to get some sales on those things. And And remember to share in a non-salesy way, because sometimes you would think, oh, I'm doing all of this work, and it's kind of just like, you know, finding something and posting it and finding something and posting it, and it just comes off as very salesy. But if you are looking to entertain or educate, or specifically also solve a problem, you know, so you're giving them like a hack or a tip while you're doing it, like, oh my gosh, look at how awesome this is, da, 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 without even really mentioning that the fact that it's on sale until the very end. Like, oh yeah, by the way, it's on sale. You know what I mean? But don't tell the price necessarily, you know, ask me for details or something like that. Just so that, you know, you're just putting it out there and being very helpful. You know, have a helping heart out there versus I need sales, I need sales, I need sales. Does that make sense?
Yes. I have been doing, well, I had my daughter's birthday party this weekend. So every time I use a product, I made a little video of it so I could post it for the next couple days. Well, I sold a couple of the burger and slider presses. I have people interested in the quick slice, you know what I mean? Just because I said, oh, I bet you've never thought about using this, and clicked on it, and they're like, wow, that's amazing. Or I have that. I never even pulled it out. Now I'm going to use it. You know what I mean? It's like, awesome. The garlic press, every little thing that you can do. I just do little short videos, and I post what I eat or what we're making, or I have the kids help. You know what I mean? People like to see that. I think I'm annoying as shit, but people seem to like my videos. So, you know, if they're liking it, I'm going to try and do more of those throughout the year and see how that works.
When you share like yourself too, using the products, even if you don't feel comfortable showing your face or talking, there are introductory ways to do it. You know, just showing your hands and the tools, and then doing some type of text or something with it. There's all kinds of tools to do that, but you're showing yourself in your kitchen with, you know, you using it, and just you're just kind of creating an not accountability, but reliability and dependability. Like, you know, use this product, but I don't use it. Well, then why would I, you know? So, you know, showing that you also kind of practice what you preach, and you use what you're selling, and, you know, what you find to be helpful for you. What did you cook for dinner today, and how did you cook it? You know, what problem did that tool solve for you? Does that make sense? Sometimes, like, you think, oh, you know, I'm sending all these messages and I'm not getting any bookings, I'm not getting any yeses. Sometimes, you know, when you compare yourself to somebody else, it might be also the back work that they're putting into by providing that value on their timeline too. They're posting tips. They're providing value to the person that's watching. So you got to make sure that you are entertaining. You know, there's a know, like, and trust factor. You want them to know you, you want them to like you, you want them to trust you. You don't want to be salesy. They don't want another commercial, and they want to be entertained, and they want to be educated. And so you have to kind of do it in a very, you know, fun way. And just as yourself, though, you don't have to be funny if you're not a funny person. You don't have to get on there and dance if you don't want to dance. You know, just get out there and, you know, show how things are helping you. You know, like we would do if we, you know, went to the mall and said, hey, I just got 90% off. Everything's 90% off at Old Navy. Go hit it. You know, you would do the same thing for that. So why not do it for yourself when you're selling something? Except you're not going to do it the same way. You're not going to say, hey, everything's 90% off. You're going to show the value in those 90% off items. And okay, Shana, I already forgot how to say your name. I'm so terrible. She said, share what you love by saying why you love that or those products. Show pictures of yourself with the products too. Yes, for sure. Yes. Does anybody else
Kind of on the same lines that you were talking about, Rachel, is like, if you're excited about new coffee or a new drink that you tried at Starbucks or something like that, and you put a picture of you holding your Starbucks cup and you're expressing your excitement about it, that's the same thing you want to do.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, even just like a picture of your family eating a meal that you prepared, and you could just kind of put some dialogue in there about how you made it. You can take a few pictures of like each step and then post the final of the kids all eating and smiling. I like to do that when I put the enrichables in it. I show how I'm putting the enrichables in it and then show the kids eating and show how they're eating their vegetables and getting extra protein. Like today we had baked potato soup. Baked potato soup like has like nothing in it. There's no protein, there's no vegetables. It's just like potatoes and bacon. So it's like, yeah, it's get some cheese. I don't know. So I put in vegetables in it. I put some pea protein and I put a little bit of the I keep calling it pumpkin. It's the veggie. I did not put any of the kale because it would have turned it green and that wouldn't have looked very nice. But the enrichables is a great thing to kind of just like, and you can kind of like, you know, take some funny pictures with you, like, you know, and holding the packet and say, shh, you know, don't tell, you know, the kids are having their kale, you know, things like that. Even if your kids are already good and they eat their kale, they, you know, it's an easy way to add it in when you're making something more of a comfort food that doesn't have it in it. Because not every meal we make, you know, if you make mac and cheese, it doesn't have a whole lot of protein and it doesn't have any veggies. So if you're just, you know, once in a while having something that's less than perfect, it's a good way to boost that up. And enrichables is one of those things that people can have, and it's a subscription. So that is residual income, right? So you have stuff that keeps coming in. So those are good things to try to work on, finding little fun ways and helpful ways and entertaining ways to market those. So did you guys have any questions on getting some bookings and some sales, ways to talk to your recruit leads, things like that? Anyone?
Whenever. Oh,
Oh,
Greta's gonna go.
somebody else going?
Okay, Greg.
Greta
I
can
was,
go.
I was just gonna say, I need help with consistency. I just cannot figure out a way to, stay consistent and like have a schedule, I guess. Like, I would like to know what kind of schedule other people follow.
What do you think is stopping you from doing a schedule now?
Just because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 kids. I'm homeschooling. So my life is just kind of chaotic. And I find that if I don't have a schedule, then I don't keep up with things.
What are you currently using for your schedule?
1 second. I think my earbuds disconnected.
We can still hear you. You're just quieter.
Like right now, I just kind of do whatever. Like I think like 4 parties in the end of year. And then I messaged everybody and was talking to people, but nobody wanted to host. So I just stopped. Like, where do you go from there when you have nothing?
I go through my whole friends list, you know, but I send out friend requests. I don't know if you guys do.
Are you?
She can't hear you.
Put your earbuds back in, your earbuds. But I go through my whole friends list.
Is it working?
Okay, yeah. My earbuds say that they're not connected, but now they're connected again.
Well, we can't hear you as good with it, but I guess if you can hear us, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, I go through all my friends list. I mean, like, I look at the last message that they sent. So if they're like, I already have a consultant, don't bother me again. I don't send them another message, obviously. But, you know, if they're like, oh, check back with me, or, you know, I go through, even if I've sent them messages. I mean, if they don't tell me to leave them alone, and I don't send it like every month, you know what I mean? It's probably like 2 or 3 times a year that I might send a message. But it's usually like, sounds like it's super exciting. I got something really exciting I got to tell you guys about, you know? And then lately they've been at least responding back. Just like, not interested right now. Oh, that sounds cool. Thumbs up. It's like, I don't know what thumbs up means. Does that mean you're interested? I don't know. So, but like I said, halfway through my parties, I send out friend requests so that it's easier to keep in contact with people. I don't know if that's, I know some of you guys don't like to do that with your personal page. Mine's kind of all for business. So, you know, but
Yeah, I started sending people friend requests because when you just put like, send me a friend request, nobody sends you a friend request.
So for me in my parties, one of the first couple of days, I send a welcome message to each guest. And I just tell them, hey, you know, thank you for coming to so-and-so's party. It's so nice to meet you. How many people do you cook for in your home? And then I will send them a friend request. So then I know that I've sent that message to them. So I have found that I get into their inbox a lot better by I send 3 messages. So I'll send that, and then I'll send another message, because I do tell the host to do the booking challenge, and I do tell the host, I don't know if you guys do that, but I do tell the host to do the booking challenge, and I do tell the host to do the last call, but I'm not going to depend on her to do those things. So I also do the last call myself. And then I also do like a drawing, and everybody wins everybody that doesn't win the rest of the drawings in the party. So I do an early bird drawing for everybody that gets in on time. And then I do another, just, you know, for everybody that plays along and orders and whatever, I do another drawing. And then everybody else wins a free such and such with a next month booking or whatever booking. And so then I'll post in the party and I'll tag everybody in the group, and I'll say, make sure you check your messages if you weren't announced as a winner, because I do have some other drawings that were announced privately in Messenger. So then that increases that too. But since I've already been messaging them back and forth and having some conversation, it gets it out of the box. Because then too, if I say, you know, how many do you cook for in your home, and they answer 5, then I'm going to continue a conversation with them. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to say, oh, that's cool. Do you eat together around the dinner table? Or how many kids do you have? How old are your kids? And I'm investing in that relationship. So that helps with your bookings too. And also not leaving it just up to the host booking challenge, because she might pick 10 and not, you know, just the 10 that are her best friends, not necessarily 10 that are, you know, the best choices. And you just never know in that fish bucket who's interested in booking a party. So if you just go with just those 10 and there's 50 people in the party, that's still 40 people that didn't get offered that opportunity. So that helps too. And then the other thing that I would suggest is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that Mary would do this too, but I always suggest with my people to screenshot and text me what they think is a no before they respond to that no. Because lots of times there's a way to turn that around into a booking, especially if they say, oh, no, not right now, thank you. They might just like, because a lot of times I will say, hey, I have, you know, the 7th and the 14th available, which works for you? And they'll say, oh, no, not right now, thank you. And then I'll say, oh, well, when would work better for you? And they'll say, oh, how about the 28th? If you would have just kind of blow that off as a no, you would have lost that booking. Or they might say, oh, well, maybe I kind of could do one in the fall, or maybe sometime next month. You know, sometimes there's something that you're missing there that, you know, can be communicated. Now, we're not going to be pushy and twist their arms. Don't worry about that. That's not what we're about. But sometimes there is a small obstacle that you can overcome with that. So I always suggest to screenshot and send that to your upline or director, so that, you know, she could kind of help you with some wording to kind of help turn what you think is a no into a yes, or actually even like rule them out from, you know, future follow-ups. Because sometimes it's like, you can say, is that no, not now, or no, not ever? And, you know, then they'll tell you, yeah, no, I'm not, you know, hosting a party isn't my thing. And then actually even that, you can sometimes, depending on the person, kind of turn that around and say, well, can I ask why? And then they might tell you, and then you might have something, you know, to kind of overcome there too. So always don't feel like you're bothering us, we're glad to help you, and that's how you learn. That's how we learned. We sent screenshots too to learn how to do it. So, you know, send us the screenshots and just be patient and wait. I know that feeling of, oh, I need to answer them now because they really want it. It's not a Pampered Chef emergency. Breathe. Everything is okay. Relax, breathe, and know that they are not stressed out needing an answer right now. They will wait until your director gets back with you. Did that help, Greta?
Yeah,
But you did also ask about the schedule, which we didn't talk a lot about schedule, but Trina does have a YouTube link that we can get you where she does set up like to make your own daily task list. So if you already have something that you do, I assume that you must have some type of schedule for your homeschooling. I imagine you have some type of routine, even if it's kind of somewhat a non-routine routine, there's some type of routine. I mean, I know like my tendency is to fly by the seat of my pants too, and I can tell you it doesn't work. And so I fight routine left and right, and it's not worth it. Like just surrender to a routine. It's going to save your sanity and save your life. With homeschooling and having kids at home all the time, you're not going to feel productive at all with whatever you're doing. Even if Pamper Jeff leaves your life, like you are going to feel like a mess all the time. And I can, account for that. I mean, I homeschool, at one point I was just 3, now it's 7, and it's hard. So, and I still resist. I'm not perfect. I have confession over confession, but I did do her training, and like she does have some things that you can, edit yourself to make your own. And so it's like your daily list. What day of the week are you on? Because honestly, most of our stuff is autopilot. Like you do the same thing. On Mondays, you do this. On Tuesdays, you do that. On Wednesdays, where we wear pink, right? It's like, it's the same thing every week. And so you might be doing 2 different, like you might be on Monday, coaching to close last week's party. And then at the same time, introducing something to your next this coming Friday's parties that are coming. So you might have 2 different, wavelengths to do, but you still have a checklist that you can kind of have, on a clipboard right there. Okay, it's Monday. These are the things I need to do, which it's good to have that focus, because you're like, if you're feeling like a chicken with your head cut off, you're like, what do I need to do today? There's usually just like maybe 2 minutes of stuff that you need to do that day that's going to push your business forward, that if you neglected everything else, nothing else is going to matter. But if you just touch those little things, boom, you're good. And then you at least can feel like, okay, I did the important things, and then you can kind of move on and not have to beat yourself up. Because there are, like, if you do every check off box, then you can kind of, wear your Pampered Chef halo for the day and feel like you are queen bee. But the truth is that you don't have to hit everything every day. It's better to do something though than nothing, because you can't do it all, then you just don't do nothing. That's not going to help you move forward.
Yeah,
We can get you that link.
Seeing that YouTube video, I might have seen some type of training like that, but I still don't have a schedule down, so I would be interested in seeing that.
I can try to find it quick here. Jackie, did you want to ask your question?
I was just going to say that as far as live videos go, like the more you mess up and the more that you let your kids help, the more people actually watch it. Like they don't give 2 craps when I'm sitting there doing some cutesy little thing. But as soon as I put my 5-year-old up there, he does something simple, they're like double the views. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, don't even put in any effort. And then like, as far as like having kids at home for Greta, like something that I do, that's like, because obviously kids are noisy and they don't always allow for like live videos. I don't know if you have an iPhone, but the time lapse on there, I do those all the time for something like using the quick prep food grater to do my cheese. And I'll do like a time lapse of it. So it only ends up being like 5 seconds to post, and there's no sound. So nobody can hear my kids hollering in the background. You don't hear nothing like that at all. And those are like the same for like Instagram reels. You can do the same where there's no sound on your end, but it has like a audio in the background. So it's still putting something out there, but you're not hearing the craziness of the household behind you.
The thing about those types of videos and things that people really watch is they notice, oh, this is a real person. They're not just some sort of a model making it up or whatever. They see you're a real person doing real life things. And yeah, you're a mom, you have the background noise and you have kids and you have to deal with real life. And that's what people can relate. They relate to that.
I mean, honestly, my last live video, my kid was eating out the garbage behind me. So he opened it up and he's like looking for snacks back there and everyone's like laughing. I'm like, oh, how embarrassing. And yep, sure enough, because he's 21 months old. So he just digging away in the garbage, trying to find some scraps after I just fed him 3 breakfasts, mind you. So he was not hungry. Like, whatever, left it up. Yeah, way more views than I ever get, just sitting there doing something cutesy or planned out. Just, I guess it's life.
And those are the types of videos that would go viral. Not the one that you would want to where you think you're brilliant because you feel like you solved world hunger. It's always going to be the embarrassing ones that people like because it makes them feel good that they're not the only ones that have things happen. Any other questions or problems that we can help you guys with? I did put the link in the chat for that YouTube training that Trina had.
Yep. And I sent Rachel my wording for bookings, or you know what I mean? Obviously you can change it if it's not something that you want to do because there's 4 options on there, but use what you want and change it how you'd like. And I think we're good for today.
Right. And you know, the important thing is to not overthink, like, what am I going to send? What am I going to send? You know, send something. You know, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. I mean, you're just not doing anything. You're not moving forward. So, you know, make a mistake, just send a message, you know, go and start something, you know, and just start that momentum going. I'm starting the prize drawing for them attending today because even though we don't have recognition, but we do have them investing in their time. So I'm starting that while I'm talking here. But just, you know, take some action. There are a million resources that we can help you find. You have, you know, Dash, and Dash has some scripts in there for you. In all the different groups that you might be in, there's scripts in there for you. If you are familiar already with what Carol Radu does, she does monthly meetings to where you get training. It's called a Grow Your Business Call, and she kind of, you know, helps you understand what's going on with some things and some ideas, and she'll give you a script and kind of help you, and it gives you some time right there to send. It's kind of like a little mini booking blitz, and she'll help you with some you know, common objections and things like that and answer your questions. So there's all kinds of things. And actually Trina's doing twice a week now, twice on Tuesdays, right? She's doing booking blitzes. That might be the thing you were thinking that Trina was doing, because it's at like noon and 7, I believe. There's booking blitzes in Goal Crushers. So if you don't have anybody attending the opportunity event at 7, then you could pop on right after this and go on to the booking blitz and get your bookings going. So, and I didn't think any of you had your bookings and you're already sitting down at your computer. So if you don't have anything that you have to get off and go running to, then you should get off here, go pee, and hop on and get on Goal Crushers and get on that booking blitz, and you'll get some more ideas. And I mean, come, this is twice a month. You'll have somebody, you know, doing some training with you and then helping you get your bookings. I mean, you can't get anything better than that. So Mary, do some talking so I can write down these names, because I can't walk and chew gum.
Okay. I actually think that the training is at 8 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, but I could be wrong too. I'm going to have to double check, but I thought it was noon and 8.
You might be right. I
but
will look.
Every Tuesday. And then Thursdays, what did we have written down for that? Oh yeah, if you have new consultants, they can always go in on the Radu Director page. She has the trainings for the new consultants every Thursday at 7 p.m. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 are good days for trainings for either helping you with recruiting or for the new consultants. So there's always something that somebody else can do for you if you can't do it yourself. In Goal Crushers, that's the big one. That's Trina's. She also has a bunch of guides with links to different things if you are questioning stuff. Like if you've never used SendShare, it's amazing. Once you learn it, it's fabulous. If any of you guys are using Table and have any pointers for me, I would love them, because when it came out, I seriously tried to do every training I could on it, and I still don't understand it. So if any of you are using Table, I feel like it's a lot like the sweet parties that we did. the squee parties, and then the project broadcast and SendShare, everything that we do separately and pay for, I think is all on table for us. I just have yet to figure out how to get it all together. So that might be a training one day that we will do. If anybody knows how to do it. Like I said, I've been trying to follow trainings on it, and they all seem to tell me the same thing, that I already know I should know how to do it, but I don't.
We try to just play in it.
Huh?
Have you tried to just play with it? Like just.
Yeah. I've set up like 3 parties in it, and I never get any emails on it. Then I forget that I'm doing it. One time I posted for 7 days, and I posted 10 times the same thing. Like 10 times each day. I'm like, So I really have not figured out. Plus, why break something that's already working well, right? Or fix something that's not broken.
I think that might just go over cold turkey, because I just honestly hate Facebook, and I just want to just use it for, I feel like if I'm using it just for marketing, that's kind of more fun.
Oh yeah, what I call it. Did I just make up some word for it?
What?
She says it's called table.
Yes, that's what I think is the question. It's called table. Yes. And you'll see that in Consultant's Corner.
I thought I called it something else.
Facebook, Pampered Chef, we have our own app now to use as a hosting station for our party. So we don't have to really worry about Facebook jail anymore or anything else. So it's actually going to be really nice once you do figure it out, and we figured out. I was trying to do the dash on it, and apparently like new stuff has come out. So I had to start all over like a new consultant and start all over with all these things before I can access it and unlock it.
So is it an app?
Yes.
And it's just called Table or PC Table or?
It's just called Table. Well, actually, I don't think it even is an app, because they don't need to download anything to use it. But when you log into Consultant's Corner and you go to create a party, it'll tell you, do you want it to be a table party? And it'll kind of open some stuff up for you to try to have it in Table. And then there's some ways to kind of put all your stuff in, like there's outlines already in there that you can customize and add your own things. And so it's really nice, and it's really catered to us and by a company that is out for our best interest. So you're going to have all the support you want. It's not going to be like Facebook where they block you and won't tell you why and won't tell you what to fix and all that other stuff, So it's
okay. Well, maybe this will be easier to do the parties and stuff then, because it was just kind of a drag with Facebook. Yeah, that's what made it hard.
Yeah. And so I feel like for me, I want to just get to Facebook to where I'm just doing fun things and doing my social media building and stuff like that, and creating my own content and having it basically my content storage, and then, having all the parties there. And then you're just going to connect a little differently. You'll still want to try to have your friends come on there so they can see your content that you post as your marketing, but then you'll be more contacting them through text and email. So you want to just, and maybe phone call, kind of the old fashioned phone call. So there's that. One thing that we did want to mention too, we forgot to mention about the prizes. So if you are in the top 10 or the top 5 and 5, so the top 5 recruiters and top 5 sales, you do not have to be here live to win. So you'll get your prize. Nobody's going to be able to steal it from you. You earned it. You worked hard. You're in the top. You're going to get your prize when it's pulled from here. Okay. So I want all of you to work hard. Who's going to work hard to win that prize next month? Yay. So I want all of you to work hard, because it can all be you. But this one, we are going to kind of take a screenshot and maybe.
I do have to say I missed that part, so I'll have to go back and watch the recording. So I was trying to get ready for dinner, and I had to run to the store really fast, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a meeting, and it's like dinner night. So yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah. So so we'll have that, and then for this part though, you do have to be here for the whole thing. So we expect you to be on time and then stay till the very end, and then you can win. But you have to be here when your name is called, and you have to be paying attention. So like Kristen, I'm going to pick on you right now. I know she's like putting her baby to bed, but if she like just looks like she's on, but she's really not even there, she has it muted and she's like watching TV, and then I call her name and she doesn't say, oh yeah, and or at least comment in the chat and say, oh yeah, I won. Yeah, you weren't really listening. So we'd really like to see your faces at the very least. And I like how like you guys are turning off your mic and talking with us and stuff like that, because that's what's going to make it, you know, really fun. Some of the training might even just be, you know, a whole Q&A like we did a little bit today. So ready? I got the winner in my hand, so I'm going to pull it out because it's 7:01 and I want to respect your time and let you go. It is Heather. She is our winner. It's backwards. So I'll put it right. It's kind of fun to know how to do this right. Heather, woo woo, Heather Williams. She's our winner. So I don't even know what I won. But thank you.
Congratulations.
It will be a surprise. I don't know yet either. So yeah, so every month we're gonna do 2 drawings. One will be for the top 5. Well, it's gonna be the top 5 sales, $1,000 or more, and the top 5 recruiters, however many you recruited. And then those are all going to go into a thing like this, and then they will win something big, something that'll help your business, something, you know, like a product. And I mean, we're going from 75 to 100 right now to start off with, but it could go up from there as like a nice high value item. And then the other one will be hey, you participated, you invested in your business, you're going to get another gift. It's not going to be a $75 to $100 value, but you do have to be here to win that one, and it'll be something special for you guys. All right. So that's all we guys, that's all we have. Thank you so much for investing in yourselves and hanging out with us tonight. Mary, did you have anything in closing?
Nope, I just wanted to thank you guys all for coming too. We really appreciate you guys spending your time with us.
All right.
Every month.
All right. Hope to see you next month. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.